YouTube fam, what is up? What is up? Crazy night of fights, UFC 262. We're going to talk about it today. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Man, I was totally wrong in the co-main event. I had Ferguson winning, but proved me wrong. Crazy night, insane night of fights last night. From the main event, Oliveira Chandler, to Jacare getting his arm broke. So we're going to talk about all that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the MMA world. And, we might even talk a little bit about some investing. So, we do it at the channel. Let me know where you guys are coming from, where you're checking in at. And let me know, did you guys bet last night? Did you win any money on the fights? If so, how much? Give everybody a second to join up. Where are we joining from? I got my coffee here. Boom. Jacare. This guy's coffee mug is actually really great too, because I like to sip on my coffee and it keeps it warm for probably like over an hour to 2 hours. I cannot stand lukewarm coffee. I like it like hot. So Toronto's in the house. Yo, what's up? What's up? Toronto, Alex, man. How you doing? London, England's in the house. Liverpool. That's dope, dude. I've been talking to my friends for like the past 4 or 5 years, and I want to get us a trip over to Europe. Just the boys going. Man, Liverpool, go to England, Paris. I want to go by Rome. Just, man, make a nice trip over there and check everything out. So that's dope. You guys are joining from all across the world, all across the globe. Patrick Bateman's in the house. Crazy good movie. Hawaii, nice, man. That's another spot I want to go to is Hawaii. Give everybody a second. Talk about the bonuses last night. $75,000, man, all across the board. Boom. Nasty little bonuses. Better thank Tony Ferguson for that one. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know, did anybody who'd you guys have winning last night? Did you guys pick Oliveira to beat Chandler? Or did you pick Chandler to beat Oliveira? And also in the co-main, did you have Benio DeRouche, or did you guys pick Tony Ferguson? Because I was wrong last night, man. I was I was right on the main event. I picked Charles. I had Charles coming in and winning, but in the co-main event, I was wrong. I thought Tony would do a lot better. I thought he would be able to outpace DeRouche, but yeah, I was totally wrong on that one. So thank God I didn't bet any money, because I probably would have lost. Take a shot, okay. Alex's picks lost. Oliveira by submission. Yeah, wanted Tony. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Oliveira and Chandler, every time I talk to somebody about, hey, who's gonna win and how, it just it's a toss-up. You know what I mean? Like you have Michael Chandler, who can throw those bombs, push a heavy pace, he can wrestle, he can grind. He's been in there with the best in the world. And on the other side of the cage, you got Oliveira, who's just the best jiu-jitsu in the game. Striking is super smooth and underrated. He's got great cardio nowadays. He's got a ton of experience, like, 20-something fights in the UFC. So, going into that fight, it's a pick-em. Like, man, who do you think's going to win and how? And I chose Oliveira. I thought Oliveira had more ways to win. Now, I wasn't confident really in the pick, because I thought Chandler could definitely just hit him with some of them big punches, go to the body, grind him out, and that's kind of what he was doing in that first round. So I got lucky. I feel like Oliveira pulled it away, but man, crazy. And then Ferguson, I thought like Ferguson would have came in looking a lot better. He wasn't fighting the hands when he got taken down. He was just kind of giving up the takedown, going right to his butt. He wasn't scrambling. He wasn't rolling as much. He was playing jiu-jitsu too much. Man, there just was the hustle wasn't there for Tony in that fight. And, Darush is a good grappler himself. He hung on top, kept that top position, but it was like Rocky. Okay. Shoebox style. Yeah, man. I love that shoebox style too. Just clean Muay Thai. And you got to think when Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is so good, that can make you so confident in your striking because you're not scared to get taken down, right? Sometimes as a striker, you punch, you kick, but you're always kind of waiting for that takedown so you can defend it. Oliveira, man, he doesn't care. Like he can kind of throw caution to the wind, throw uppercuts, hooks, everything. And if he gets taken down, his jiu-jitsu is so good that he'll submit you. So, man, it's nice to have that arsenal of skills. That's for sure. And it showed last night. I knew going into the fight with Oliveira and Chandler that if it did go to the ground or if Chandler did rock Oliveira can pull guard like Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, those guys. When your jiu-jitsu is really good, you see a lot of guys that get rocked and they stay standing up and they get rocked again and then they get knocked out. But with Oliveira, his jiu-jitsu is so good that if you rock him, if you crack him, he'll go to his back, man, and he'll just play in the guard and put his feet up and defend punches and get his wits back. So I knew that was a huge advantage for Oliveira because Chandler, when you've seen it with Hooker, Hooker got cracked. Hooker kind of just stood there and just got hit in his head a bunch of times when he turtled up. But Oliveira, he did the right thing. He got cracked, moved his head a little bit, but then he rolled to his back and kind of started keeping his legs in front of him, defending them. Jiu-jitsu, man. Jiu-jitsu saves your butt in those types of situations. Hey, if anybody's got any specific questions, hit the super chat. And while you're at it, if anybody wants a one-on-one coaching call, check the link in the description below. I had my boy Michael yesterday. We talked a little bit about his upcoming MMA career, tried getting him a game plan, dialing in some steps that he could take today and tomorrow to get him closer to his goals. So anybody that wants to, jumpstart their fight career or anything to do with investing, wants to get your money right, anything like that, hit that link in the description below. And if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button. And let me know where you guys are coming from still. I know we had Hawaii. Oh, man, yeah. Jacare's arm. Dude. And you know what's crazy about that? I looked at the post-fight bonuses, and they gave Christian Giganos, I believe is how you say his last name. I probably butchered that. But he beat Sean Soriano in the first fight, the opening fight, which was a good scrap. But they gave him the bonus for that submission. And the guy who beat Jacare, which that was probably the nastiest submission I've seen in a while. He was in his arm, and at first, like when it was going live, I couldn't see what was going on, and then they stopped it. He submitted him. I was like, damn, he submitted Jacare. That's a crazy feather in your cap, But then when they showed the replay, they were all like, hey, he broke his arm, and man, and I still couldn't see it from the angle. But when they showed a different angle of the replay and they put the sound on, you could hear it. It was like a stick cracking, boom, and it broke his arm. Jacare didn't even flinch, obviously he tapped, but even after, he's just kind of standing there like looking at the ref like, damn, I just got my arm broken. So Jacare, tough as hell. That guy who broke his arm, come on, man. That, to me, that is super, super impressive. He should have been given that $75K bonus because who taps out Jacare? First off, not many people beat Jacare, but who taps him out and let alone breaks his arm doing it? Oh, my gosh, man. Yeah. I mean, Jacare, he's one of those guys. What is he, 41? So he is at that point in his career where he's older. He's been through it all. He's done it all. But it's hard to say retire. I mean, if he's getting his arm broken and he's losing a bunch of fights, yes, I see that point in case. But it all goes back down to the fighter. You know what I mean? It's what they want to do. If they still want to compete, if they still want to try and, a lot of them got to make money too, and sometimes financially they can't even retire yet. But I think Jacare should take a look at his career right now, see where he's going, see where his, how his body's feeling, see where he's at in his life. And man, I mean, reassess your goals and what you're trying to do, because I think that's two in a row, right? Holland beat him, and then my man last night broke his arm. So nasty arm breaks, man. Reminded me of Frank Mir and Tim Sylvia. Anybody see that fight where Tim Sylvia was in that armbar by Frank Mir, and then he was like, boom, broke his forearm. Oh man, that is nasty. And talk about, like, last night was madness, because that's the fight game when it comes. Chandler in the first round, right? Let's talk about that fight. Chandler comes out doing his shifts, throwing those big punches, cracking Oliveira. He goes for a guillotine. He doesn't get it. But the thing with Chandler is he's so hard to hold down because he scrambles, and he's like a little ball that it's hard to lock up a submission. His arms are short and stocky. His traps are big. So he's really, really hard to submit. And what he does is, like, he gets in that ball and he can kind of turn, roll around. He can defend the back really good. He can get on top of you. And that's what he was doing. I mean, he was doing really good against Oliveira, defending those submissions, cracking him on the feet. I really liked when Chandler was doing that post, like when he was on the cage, like he was just basically putting his hand on Oliveira and just boom, throwing those big punches, cracked him with that left, and then cracked him again with the straight, dropped him. Oliveira looked hurt. He's on the ground. Chandler just boom, boom, hitting him. Oliveira goes to his back, survives the round. And then the second round, I mean, who would have ever thought Charles Oliveira would, slip a little bit with the fake to right, throw that clean short left hook, throw that little left hook. Nothing crazy powerful, but just clean. Boom, right on the button, drops him. Oliveira jumps on him, bop, 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 finishes Michael Chandler by TKO. I wouldn't think he would really finish him by TKO, because Chandler's got really, really good chin, and he's as durable. And especially after that first round, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the fight game, man. You cannot. It's hard to bet on these. It's hard to, like, logically to make stuff happen, because it's literally a car crash. When it comes down to these fights, it is a car crash. You don't know who's going to win, and I think it showed last night. I mean, I think Chandler was blowing him out of the water, and then boom, second round, Oliveira finishes him. So crazy. What did you guys think of the main event? Who did you have winning before, like, going into the fight? Who did you guys think was going to win? Did you think Chandler was going to go piece him up, or did you guys have Oliveira coming away getting a submission or something? Yeah, it's crazy how long it took Oliveira to get to this, this position in his career. I mean, what do you have, like 20-something fights in the UFC? Crazy. Yeah, you guys had Oliveira winning. Ooh, CM had Chandler, Oliveira by submission. Yeah, going into it, that's what I was thinking was Oliveira has so many more ways to win that's what kind of gave me the edge of wanting to go with him for the win. I felt like Chandler, you knew what he was going to do. I thought he'd go to that body a little bit more. He's going to try and crack him on the feet and, control him on the ground. But yeah, you guys thought Chandler would knock him out. I wanted Oliveira to win because he's been in the UFC from being 20 years old. Think about that, right? That's another thing. You have Charles Oliveira, who 8 fights ago, he lost to Paul Felder. He basically was one of those guys that was given a lot of big opportunities and failed, countless times. I mean, what has he got? 8 losses, but he continued to believe. He's got a strong faith. He continued to work hard. He continued to get better and make changes in his life to improve as a fighter. And he kept taking risks. I think that's a big thing with Charles Oliveira. He kept putting himself out there, even when he failed. Even when he lost to Cub Swanson back in the day, Cerrone, or even when he lost to Felder. It didn't stop his belief in himself. He continued to get better. And that's the power of the fight game, man. That's literally the power of the fight game is if you keep facing that adversity head on, it doesn't matter. Just because you're in a position right now in your fight career where you're down and out, that doesn't mean you're always going to be down and out. And it's a lot like life too, to be honest, is, you have tough times in your life, and sometimes people believe into those tough times. They give up, they make excuses, they make stories of why they're just gonna, they're gonna basically not achieve what they set out to achieve. And Oliveira didn't, man. He didn't. He kept believing. He kept pursuing. He turned that adversity into momentum, into motivation. And look at him now. I mean, he's been in the UFC 10 years, a ton of losses, and he gets his first world title. And it's, arguably the biggest world title in the whole entire world. It's the UFC 155-pound division is crazy stacked. A lot of great fighters. So just insane. I mean, if you would have thought he was going to win this title 3, 4 years ago, people would be like, he's good, but he breaks or he gets tired, But I mean, what are you going to say now, man? I mean, he's basically getting better and better and better. His jiu-jitsu is nuts. His striking is very underrated, in my opinion. His Muay Thai, he uses everything: elbows, knees, punches, hooks. So here we are, May 16th, 2021. Charles Oliveira is your lightweight champion, which, it's a timing thing also in this game, guys, because you have Dustin Poirier, you have Justin Gaethje, and you have Conor McGregor. I mean, those three guys, obviously Conor is fighting Dustin, so that they didn't want to fight for the title. They wanted, Dustin didn't want to fight for the title. He wanted to get this money fight Conor, get the trilogy going with that. Gaethje's coming off of a loss to Khabib, so I don't know when he's going to be ready to fight, but it just shows the timing. Hey, who's ready to go? We got Chandler, we got Oliveira. He takes that risk, he steps up, beats Chandler, now he's the champ. So now he basically is going to get, in my opinion, he'll get the winner of Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. That's insane, huh? Oliveira, that's insane. Not only is he a champ, but he's probably going to get, if Conor beats Poirier, he's going to get a Conor McGregor fight. So my man's got the title. He's going to be getting paid. What about timing in life? God is good. God is good. Jesus, man. Chicago's in the house. What's up, Chi-Town? What's up? What's up? I did like how Chandler spoke at the press conference after the fight. And, Chandler is just a winner in life. I mean, he really is. He's, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally, family, like he's a winner in life, and he will come back stronger, better from this. He's taking it in stride. He knows he can compete with all these guys. He can beat any of these guys in the top 5. And he seems motivated and hungry to get right back in there. Chandler's got a very, very tough mindset, a very positive and growth mindset. So I'm sure he's around, great coaches, great teammates, that he's going to come back. He's going to learn from his mistakes, and he's not going to let this affect his confidence, right? Because like he said last night in the press conference, he was like, I zigged when I should have zagged. And, I got caught. Here we are today, and Oliveira is our new champion. I still want that title, and I'm still going to chase it. So that to me is a championship mindset. That's a winning mindset. He accepts the failure. He's going to learn from it, but he's going to stay confident and move on. Because look, in this game, guys, you can do everything correctly. You can train right. You can eat right. You can be around the right people, have the best coaches. But this is the fight game. You know what I mean? We're not playing chess. We're not playing checkers. There is so many ways to lose in a fight. I mean, from submissions to punches, kicks, decisions. All kinds of submissions, all kinds of different, wrestling, control, clinch. There's just so much going on that I really think, I think people logically believe they're going to win. But to me, I always go into a fight like, look, I'm confident in myself. I'm coming in well prepared. But I'll be honest with you. This is a fight, man. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is when adversity faces itself, I'm going to push through. I'm going to get better. But it's just I don't think anybody knows what's going on in this fight game, to be honest, especially per fights. And when you get to levels like, Chandler, Oliveira, like you're tricking yourself if you really believe that, I know exactly what's going to happen. Like, no, we don't. That's why we're tuning in. where it's a car crash. It's going to be insane, and let the best man win. Who'd you guys have winning last night for Ferguson and Darush going in? Not obviously after the fight, but who did you think was going to win going into that? Did you think the old Tony Ferguson was going to come back, or did you think Darush was just going to smoke?